We've got some news to go over today. IR for Dak Prescott. What's that mean for CeeDee Lamb? We've already kind of covered this, but we do need to address, the official aspect of this thing and the fact that he's out for sure now for 4 games instead of being maybe 3 to 4 or whatever the case may have been earlier. It is now changed. Dak is out for 4 games. He's on IR. Cooper Rush is the current quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. We did a Panic Chamber episode on Dak and Lamb, and we essentially can take Dak out of this because he's not even somebody we're concerned about owning right now or rostering. This is all about CeeDee Lamb, and Lamb is absolutely.
You are in the Panic Chamber.
Absolutely in the Panic Chamber, but we do buy, we do hold, we do sell high or medium. You're not going to be able to sell high, so realistically you're selling medium or you're holding and not selling low. There's different vantage points on CeeDee Lamb. What angle are you coming from? If you don't own him, he's a good acquisition because you're buying from a Panic Peter. If you own him, you have to hold him. There's not much trade value for you unless you do a very complex 2-for-2 trade, and we can go over some of those. But Lamb is a great buy low. Chase Brown is an absolute monster. Chase Brown is going, no, he's not going to the moon. No, he's not going to Mars. He's already on Mars.
To Mars.
Colonizing with Elon on Mars as we speak. Making base camp. He's been there for months. And the Bengals acquire Khalil Herbert, and people are worried about Chase Brown losing his job. They need a warm body. They just lost Zach Moss for the season. We'll break all that down. Mike Williams, Jonathan Mingo. Granted, let me be honest and say we liked Mingo as a rookie. That was kind of a fun experiment. But what are we doing? What are we doing, Dallas? You can't bring in Derrick Henry. You can't bring in Josh Jacobs. You can't bring in a running back. You can't even get yourself to draft Braylon Allen, who we know is a monster if he needs to become a starter for his team, which we hope doesn't happen in New York. But if he does, he goes from rags to riches instantly. No, Jerry, you don't do any of those things, but you'll certainly trade for Jonathan Mingo. The Mingo's got your baby. The Fantasy Football Show Breaking News Edition, Election Day. Can't wait to watch that. I've got it in the corner. Everybody should have voted. Everybody should be interested in this no matter what side you're on. That show begins right now.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com studios, it's the Fantasy Football Show live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
And just in case this super chat, the first one didn't come through, the one from Aaron, I'm going to read it. I don't know if I even have Aaron, actually I do have it, I think. Aaron, Smitty. Okay, I got that one. I've got Richards. I just want to make sure all these are on screen. Okay, yeah, I do have them all. Okay, I just want to make sure. Last time we had 1 or 2 that didn't necessarily populate for me, but I think that was a one-time Willie. Just traded Jones and K9 for Saquon. Yeah, I think you smashed that one, Richard. Way to rub it in for the rest of us that you have a league where that stuff can happen. Congrats. Total smash. Trade Monty for London or Metcalf. I'd say Monty's safer. If you need a wide receiver, you're trading for 2 injured guys, or one of the guys you'll get will be injured. I would say probably DK. I think DK, look, there was reports about him maybe getting traded, which were shot down. He's not getting traded. Obviously, that's over. That time has passed. But I think DK is probably the safer avenue with London's hip and not knowing where that's at if you need to go get a wide receiver. If you feel you need to get a wide receiver. Terry McLaurin, Garrett Wilson, Dell, Higgins. I don't know that you need to. Gibbs, CMC, Tracy, Pacheco. I guess you could definitely afford to do that, but would it be better to go after a little bit bigger high-end player? Would it be better to go after a Tyreek Hill? Would it be better to go after maybe a Deebo Samuel? I would rather go in those directions, but I think this is not a bad idea for you. Okay, let me get to the rest of the super chats in a minute. I just want to make sure I got a couple of those out of the way. Dak Prescott to IR. Lamar Jackson, there was some concern about him not playing this week a little bit, earlier in the day. but his coach came out, Lamar Jackson's coach, Harbaugh, came out and said Lamar will be playing Thursday night. The quick turnaround was the concern. How is Lamar doing? He's getting sort of a load management treatment like basketball players during the week, and that's said to possibly continue all year long. So know that. We got Jonathan Mingo. Cowboys acquired Panthers wide receiver Jonathan Mingo for a 25 7th round draft pick in exchange for a 25 4th round draft pick. Dallas is in shambles. They don't know what in the hell. Well, Jerry doesn't know what in the hell he's doing. And Dak being on IR, this team is hurting. They're down bad. The thing about it, though, with CeeDee Lamb, no, they're not. Look, they're not winning. They're not winning Super Bowl. There's no Super Bowl aspirations. There's no playoff aspirations necessarily. There's no multiple playoff wins, certainly. Like, this is not that team. Not this year. It's a broken team. It's a broken team. But the truth is, Lamb can survive with Cooper Rush. He has before survived with Cooper Rush. Maybe he's a little bit of a risk, but he's still certainly a player that can be capable of doing what we expected Hill to do and Hill didn't do. Lamb is different. Lamb's in a different environment. Rush knows the offense. Rush can throw the football down the field. It's just there's some limitations to it. Maybe he's not. Maybe you're hoping for a 100-yard game and not 102 touchdowns. You know, like there's certainly more upside with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb together than not. But look, Lamb's a great buy low. He's a great buy low right now. People are freaking out. There's freak out Freddies out there. Go buy Lamb chops on the low. Here's a list of all of the final trade deadline tally like information. Lattimore going to the Washington Commanders was absolutely unbelievable. What a move by Washington, who's like, we're not waiting a year. What did your boy Smitty tell you? That this is going to be one of those years where it's the Detroit Lions from a couple years ago where they made their splash and said, we're coming next year. And everyone's like, holy crap, they are. And they did. Or they pull a Houston Texans 2023, where everybody says this is a good team. They end up being a playoff team, a potential multiple win round team. That's how good they were. This is what Washington's doing. Adam Peters is a magician, and acquiring Lattimore was fantastic. Devontae Adams, obviously, to New York. That was an earlier trade. Hopkins to KC looks phenomenal. That's a top 12 to 15 wide receiver right there going forward. Cooper to Buffalo. Some of these are older, but this is the tally brought to us by Schefter here. Deontay Johnson to Baltimore. That's going to be a nothing burger. Mike Williams to Pittsburgh. I don't know. You know, how long until he's injured? Is he injured now? Is he even able to play right now? I honestly don't know. I'm embarrassed. I don't know. Is Mike Williams healthy? I'm ashamed of myself, kind of and kind of not. I kind of feel like, who cares? I don't even know if he's healthy. He's got to be. He's got to pass the physical, right? But how long until he's hurt? It's nothing. It's a nothing burger. I'm sorry. Maybe it helps for a game or two, a catch or two, a drive or two. But at what point is Mike Williams injured? Preston Smith. We got Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert to Cincinnati. We got Mingo to Dallas. You know, Cam Robinson was huge to the Vikings. That's a tally there from our boy Adam Schefter. This is that Mike Williams trade situation. What a dump off by the Jets. Congratulations. I think he's always had talent, but he's never going to stay healthy. Zach Moss expected to miss the rest of the regular season. We knew this was coming because the Bengals were sniffing around for another RB. You know, they want a warm body. That's not a starter move, ladies and gentlemen, although Khalil Herbert is a very talented player. Dare I say that you've got Chase Brown, you've got to cuff Khalil Herbert. You have to. It's a must cuff. We need to put it on the must cuff board. We'll update that. Like if he goes down, Chase Brown, knock on wood, hopefully he doesn't, Khalil Herbert is a great pickup. Like, know that. That's a very awesome, solidifying. Smitty, I got Chase Brown as my running back too. I'm really worried. I'm a worried William. Now you have some security. Pick up Khalil Herbert. It's a fantastic move. But he's not taking his job. Bryce Young there was reports he was going to get traded, but the Panthers decided to keep him, which is weird when a team's like, okay, we don't want to play you, but we want to be selfish and hold you back from a new relationship. You can't date other people. We're going to make sure we pigeonhole you into place, even though we don't want to use you. Same thing with the Colts. We're off limits. Anthony Richardson, put him in handcuffs in the basement. He's off limits. We don't want to use him. He's not good enough to use, but he's not going anywhere. Let the house burn. Let the house burn. You don't want to use A. Richardson. Look, the Colts are idiotic right now. Idiotic. If you don't want to use Richardson right now and develop him in a nothing year, a nothing burger year, he needs reps. He's had very little reps his entire career. And you want to hold him back and say, it's not time. He's going to learn on the bench. He's not going to learn on the bench. Not like he could learn trial by fire. Put him in there. He's had enough promise to think that this could essentially turn around quarter by quarter, game by game, not the whole season, not making the playoffs, not playoff run, nothing like that. But if you think that Anthony Richardson doesn't have enough talent to give another shot, then you didn't watch the careers of Josh Allen evolve, of Peyton Manning evolve, or of Eli Manning evolve. There are better quarterbacks than Anthony Richardson that played as bad their rookie year. And this is essentially a continuation of his rookie year. It is ridiculous that they didn't trade him. AR5 to Dallas. It can't happen, Casey, because the trade deadline's done. But that would have been an interesting move, I will say. Bye weeks, for those that don't know: Cleveland, Green Bay, Raiders, Seattle, all on a bye this week. So understand that as we go through and talk about some of these super chats. We've got Troy with the first $20 hauler. He gets immediate attention. Start the night 6-3 with Hurts, Bijan, Achane, Chase Brown, Ray Davis, Hill, Nico, Higgins, Dell, Ferguson. Dropped 160 without Nico. Any suggestions? Your team looks great, bro. Tyreek and Nico, I kind of leave that alone. Higgins, I'd trade. Bijan, I probably just keep him, bro. I don't think you're going to get the value you want, unless you could trade like Higgins and Bijan for Gibbs if you want to get a little safer. Smitty approve that. For Kyron, obviously I'd do that. Higgins and Bijan for Kyron, I'd do that. Chase Brown and Chase Brown and Higgins for Breece Hall for those are moves I would consider, Lamb. So other than that, bro, that team is phenomenal. Let it ride. Love the team. Love the squad. Poke around about Breece Hall. See if he's available. See if people are in panic mode. Trade away Amari Bucky for Puka. Yes. For Puka alone, you get Reed and Puka. Come on. You're gonna get the veto police on you. I received a trade offer trading away Mooney for Chubb. I'd rather just have Mooney. He's got more trade value. Chubb is okay. MHJ for Monty. I'd take Monty. Monty is much, much safer right now. But I do like MHJ for the future. We'll have to have a dynasty conversation. Traded BT for Otten. I have Smith Neighbors. Yeah, if that could go either way. I think if you want to solve the tight end position, that's fine. I'm fine with either side of that. Should I trade Ridley and Kincaid for Kelsey and Eckler? I would definitely take Kelsey. Kelsey's looking really good right now. The Chiefs are on fire. Trade my Bijan for Tracy and MHJ. I'd probably rather have Bijan. I think Bijan's he's getting insane workload. Get Breece and Bowers, send Otten, Pacheco, Evans. I'd take Breece and Bowers. Yeah, that's really, really close. But good. I like it. Got offered Chase and Najee for Bijan. I'd take Chase and Najee for Bijan in a millisecond. I love Jamar Chase. It's an unbelievable trade. If you're talking about Chase Brown, that's different. But Jamar Chase and Najee for Bijan, as much as I love Bijan, I'd draft Chase or Jamar Chase slightly ahead of him. Not a lot, but slightly. And so that would be a home run of a trade. And then you could flip Najee, which I would love to do if I was you. Somebody just got offered Bijan for Achane. I want Achane. It is what it is. I love Bijan. Bijan's the man. He's still a top 10 overall player for me. But Achane's got that top 5 running back upside. I received a trade offer. I'll be trading away Reek Kyron for CMC. Speak, come on, bro. What are we doing here? What are we
Wrong. Get lammed.
Alert. Stand down order in
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
King 25 code 428.
Let me tell you something. I'm here to save lives. I'm here to save lives. This is what I do, okay? And it's a tough job. Somebody's got to do it. But when someone like Speak comes in here and says, received a trade offer, I'll be trading away Tyreek and Kyren for CMC. What in the hell are we doing? What in the hell are we doing? Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. Kyren has more value than Christian McCaffrey times 2. And you're going to throw in Tyreek Hill? What are we doing? Are we a Niner fan? Like, what are we doing, Speak? I love you, pal. I appreciate you. You know that. I'm hard on you only because I want you to understand what time it is. And what time it is you're trying to ruin your season time. Kyron's like the number 1 or number 2 overall pick, Speak. If we're driving into a fresh draft right now, weeks number 10 through 17, Speak, we are drafting Kyron 1, 2, or 3 overall. 1, 2, or 3 overall. And you're going to trade him for Christian McCaffrey? And if you propose that to him, you're going to get laughed out of the building. That person's coming back to me and saying, Smitty, play the video. Play it. Play it.
You were offered sex. You were made offer sex.
It's unbelievable. All right, this election race is getting tighter. Obviously, a lot has to happen. Polling places haven't even closed, but this is interesting. Make sure you watch and partake, no matter what side you're on. I don't want to get political in here, so don't try and spam the chat and get people all upset in a tizzy. Okay, everybody's weird about their own political stances. All right, but what you should be doing is voting, and what you should be doing is paying attention and being interested in what's going on. So I'm watching this right here. I would be getting Speak says I would be getting CMC. Call into the show, Speak. Call into the show right now. Phone line's open. Call in. If you call in, make sure it's Speak. I only want to speak to speak your piece. Okay? Call it and speak your piece. Do it now. Do it live. Don't tell me you don't know the number to the show or you're taking a lap again, Speak. You're taking a lap again. I got a pizza pie ordered from Lou Malnati's. Currently not a sponsor of the show, but I love them so much I'll promote them anytime I can. Best pizza in the world. Yes, Arizona has probably one of the top 5 pizzas places in the world in Arizona. Don't run your mouth if you don't know what you're saying. Okay, Arizona, yes. Arizona has, I think, 3 8.0 plus ratings from Portnoy in Arizona. So before you run your mouth about Arizona doesn't know about pizza, we know about it in New York and Chicago. Arizona can't have good pizza. You don't know what you're saying. You're embarrassing yourself because Arizona has, I think, 3 or 4 8 plus ratings from Portnoy. One of them being Pizza Bianco, which there's 2 or 3 locations here. And there's like a 75 million year wait to even get a table there. But Lou Malnati's is underrated Chicago pizza that transplanted here to Arizona. Why? Because Arizona's loaded with Chicago transplants. So Lou built several locations in Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale. And so Lou's is here. Arizona has one of the best pizza in the world. Okay. And again, people that don't know, they just think, I'm in New York, I'm in Chicago, they can't have good pizza, right? Blah, blah, blah. Smitty, pick 2. James Cook, Chase, Montgomery. This is Chase Brown. You got to clarify, Elgin. I'm going to say probably this week we're going Chase Brown and Monty for safety, James Cook for high upside but higher risk. You know what I'm saying, broski? Where is Speak? Why is Speak not calling into the show? I need to speak to you, Peace. You would be getting CMC. Why? Call in. I need to speak to you. I need to knock some sense into you. I need to save your life. Speak. You're about to make a grave mistake. Thoughts on Leggett? Look, anytime Jonathan Mingo gets raptured from the lineup, Leggett just goes to stays the same. But I still like Leggett a lot. He's a talent, but this is going to be a spotty thing because his situation's not good. What is Worthy on the drop scale? This is a question that it comes down to who you can pick up. There's no drop Worthy across the board. If you could pick up Tillman, sure. If you could pick up Garendo or Mason, you have one of them, and you're like, I'm gonna cuff this, sure. But there is definitely a scenario where Worthy jumps back into the relevant like look at Dell. Dell was droppable. Everybody wanted to drop Dell. He's garbage. He wasn't doing anything. I mean, it's the same concept. It's just different placement of his value right now. Right now, we're seeing Worthy look like Dell did 2 or 3 weeks ago. Droppable? Sure. If you can pick up a really good player. CMC to the moon, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility, but these ridiculous notions that you give up Kyron Williams and Tyreek Hill for Christian McCaffrey, like Speak's gonna do right here. You don't give up Kyron Williams for Christian McCaffrey. 1 for 1, Speak. You were gonna give up Tyreek Hill. I'm trying to get you to call in so I can save you, but you're not calling in, Speak. I'm trying to help you.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I'm waiting for Speak to call in only. You call in and ask your selfish question right now. Smitty, hey, is this Speak? No, it's just Steve from Illinois. I'm just going to run my roster by you real quick. We're waiting for Speak to call in so we can save his life. The Fantasy Football Show, you're live. Who's this?
What's going on?
Who's this?
Hello? It's Team Zero. What's up, brother?
Finish him. Call terminate.
Hey, Zero, call in a minute, bro. Call in a minute. Smitty, I can't call. I'm at work. I'm trying to save your life, Speak. Can you at least do me a favor and have somebody change the password to your ESPN account, bro? What are you doing? You shouldn't have access to log into your team anymore, Speak. I take it away from you. You don't have the ability to make a good trade right now. You're not of sound mind, okay? Don't trade away Kyron Williams straight up for Christian McCaffrey. All right, Zero, call back in. Zero wasn't listening to the instructions clearly, but we'll give him another try because Speak won't call in. He's not speaking his piece today. All right, hit me up, Zero. I'll answer. I'll talk to you this time. Jeez, man. I mean, look, here's the deal. Is there a chance that McCaffrey can be a top 3 running back again? Certainly a chance, but like, who's paying that price tag? Why would anybody pay that price tag? Why would anybody maybe trade for him, or you should have traded for him earlier and held him, and you hope that he gives you that kind of value? Sure, I understand where you're coming from. Maybe he does bounce back. Maybe not all games, but like 4 out of 5 games, 6. Like maybe he's able to deliver some insane value. Kind of gets banged up a little bit, has to sit out a week. Like, I get it, but if you think Christian McCaffrey's just walking right back into the top running back spot, you're willing to give up Kyren Williams and Tyreek Hill? I don't know that you should be playing right now, Speak. Dell, Shakir, Najee, Etienne. We're going to go Najee and Dell right now, Allen. Najee and Dell at the current moment. Shakir's nice, though. Give B-Rob and Devontae Smith for JJ. What do I look like? Of course I'm doing that, Christopher. Smash that JJ side. What about Waddle? He's droppable. He doesn't seem to be getting better. I don't know, Ivy. I think it depends on who you can pick up. It was proposed to me, but you're still contemplating it. Like you're putting yourself in an awkward position, Speak. What if you lean on the phone? What if you butt dial this guy or butt accept the trade? You could butt accept trades. You know that. Get rid of it. Delete it. Get it off the screen. 6 and 3. Goff, Kyren, Monty, JT, Mason, Tracy. Offer JT for Breece. Any other moves? I'd rather have Breece Hall. I'd take the gamble on Breece Hall all day long. Other moves, I would say, looking at the squad, I'd say, look, AJB is it looks like he's going to be okay. Would I trade him away at the right price? I would. Would I exchange risky value AJB, injured, but like he's supposed to be all right, for Tyreek Hill, who's not bouncing back? I take Tyreek Hill. That's going to be my advice to you. Go get Tyreek Hill using AJB. There's risk on both sides, bro. You know, use more if you need to. Maybe make sure Garendo's not out there on waivers. You want to cuff that situation up. Love the rest of your team, honestly. Would I try and get into a Mahomes using Goff and DJ Moore, something like that? Addison, DJ Moore. Juwan Jennings has a big day and your trade deadline doesn't happen until next week. I would be okay with that. Don't butt trade. Don't butt trade. You know, don't leave a bad offer up in case you don't lock your phone and you butt trade. It's happened before. It'll happen again. Olave and Kincaid for or Otten and Worthy. God, I don't know what Olave. Yeah, I'd probably take Otten right now. Not to mention, like, if you need a receiver, you just flip that into something more. Is kind of the way that's going to work. JT for Breece, any other moves? Okay, yeah, thank you for your super chat, my boy. Need a wide receiver for Chase Brown. Who should I go after? Hill, Debo, DK, Nico. I mean, Puka, Cup. I'm not saying those will be easy, but those are doable. Those are doable, broski. All right, let's open the phone lines to everybody.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
I thought we were going to have a Speak here to save his life, but he apparently has to work. But he's working at 80% capacity because he's still watching the show, and that I respect.
Let him cook.
That I respect. I respect the hell out of that. You know, this might sound like a very strange way to look at life, but I measure my success by how many 70% workers, 60%, 50% work capacity workers we have out there in the world. You know, if I'm touching the work environment like that, if I'm getting people to have me in their earbud and we're getting 50-60% out of them instead of 100, I feel like I am accomplishing a lot.
Let him cook.
Biggest compliment I can get is Smitty. I listen to you all day while I'm working. They're getting 40-50% out of me. That's it. Go ahead. You're live, Dre from New York. Everybody,
Speedy, what's up?
everybody else, mute if you can. Please mute. Dre, you're live. Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion on this. So the other day I traded DK for HN. And then after that I flipped Hubbard for D-Hop before this past week. What do you think? Is it working? What move should I make? So my main team essentially is now HN, James Cook, JJ, D-Hop.
Like it. I think you did good.
Yeah, now I'm stuck with I have Pacheco and IR. Maybe coming back.
Do you have Cream Hunt?
No Hunt, no.
Okay. Maybe go explore trading Pacheco to the Hunt owner or bringing in Hunt into the fold. Trading for Hunt's going to be hard right now, but at the same time, his owner is feeling very much like the Mason owner felt 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. Like they know that there's something on the horizon. I know some people want to suggest that Hunt's not losing his job, but Hunt looked very pedestrian in much of the game. It was like at the end of the game things turned around. There's very much a world where, this is gonna change. So, understand that. So I would definitely be exploring those types of moves. The only other move based on what you told me is if you think you can win with what you have JJ, you have Hopkins, you have Achane, you have, who's your running back too?
James Cook, and I got Ray Davis.
Yeah, and then your quarterback?
Now that's between J Love and Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you got a good team. I think the only thing you could consider if you are on honest inventory, you look in the mirror and you say, I can't win. I can't win with this team. If you, not because it's not good, but because the other owners have just more firepower, you just look to trade JJ into two pieces. The best way to even go about this would be you use Tyreek Hill in one of these anchor spots, and then you see what this owner has and just try and balance the scale out and execute a trade. If Hill doesn't work out, Breece Hall. I think those are probably the 2 or 3. I'll say Breece Hall, and something for JJ, and it has to be significant. And Hall has low enough value where you can get something significant. And then the other thing would be CD Lamb. So Lamb, Hall, Tyreek Hill. Those are the 3 anchors I would look potentially at in terms of a JJ 1 for 2 players.
Awesome.
But don't do something ridiculous, bro. Okay? Make sure it's good. You can bring it to us first. All right, I got to go. Appreciate you. Diamond from AZ, you're live. 30 seconds, bro. Dre took some of your time. All right, go.
This has nothing to do with trading. Can you write down the 4 pizza places you were talking about on the whiteboard so I have them for later? Take a screenshot.
In Arizona?
The ones that you were talking about in Arizona. I only heard lose. I don't know about Milanati's or whatever.
Yeah, Pizza Bianco is probably. Some say it's like the best pizza in the country. So the wait is so long. It's hours, bro. You want to eat there? They're making money off you waiting. They're giving you wine and. Yeah, they're giving you wine and bread and it's costing you money to wait for a table. So Pizza Bianco, Lou Molinati's is the one I like a lot, and that's Chicago based. They brought it over from Chicago because of all the Chicago transplants in Arizona. So when people say Arizona can't have good pizza, it's Chicago's pizza. Chicago decided to move it. Or create locations over here. So it is Chicago pizza. So everyone needs to calm down. And that's deep dish. But they have non-deep dish pizza too. And then I'd probably say this one got an 8.4 by Portnoy recently. It's Trevor's Liquor. is what it's called. So it's like a high-end liquor store. Like you walk in and you're afraid you're going to bump something off the rack, you know? Like, and it's just like aisles of liquor. But then they have a restaurant like on the right side, and they won't even let you order over the phone. You can't even order a pizza over the phone. You have to order it and wait there, and they want you to buy probably liquor, but you have to order it and wait there, or you have a long.
That's how they get you, honestly.
These are probably the 3 best, I would say, in Arizona right now, at least to me.
All right.
All right, gotta go, bro.
Smitty, thank you.
Later, bro. All right, just Noah, you've got 30 seconds.
Hello. I wanted to add, I'm 7-2 right now. I have Neighbors, Connor, and Chuba, Brooks, and D-Hop, and I want to know what kind of upgrade I can get.
Neighbors, Connor, Chuba, Brooks, and D-Hop.
Chuba and Brooks and D-Hop.
All right.
The rest of my team is like wide receiver 1, running back 1.
Okay, keep Neighbors. You're not getting what you want out of him. I don't think. I'm trading for Neighbors. I got a buy low show still coming. I maybe I'll do that tonight or tomorrow, but Neighbors will be on it. I don't know. Hopkins is a good trade piece right now. If you don't think you're going to use him, you could couple him with Connor and get Hill and Lamb. And, you know, honestly, I've seen Breece Hall get traded for a lot less than Connor and D-Hop right now. I'm not saying in every league. I'm not saying that everybody's got, you know, some people have smart leagues. I get it, but like you could easily get rid of Chuba and Brooks with Hopkins and get Hill. You could easily get Hall. You could easily get Lamb. You could, not in every case, but I'm just saying, you could get a quarterback upgrade. You could get a Nico Collins. You could get a Deebo Samuel using Connor, Chuba, and Brooks, using D-Hop, Brooks, and Chuba. You could get Jamar Chase using Neighbors and Connor, or Chuba, Brooks, and Neighbors. You could get St. Brown maybe going Neighbors and Connor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Would you still trade Neighbors for Tyree?
The honest truth is, like, they're in similar situations. They're just, I think I'd probably take the gamble that Hill has more of a shot in his situation to be a top 5 wide receiver than Neighbors, but both of them have a solid chance of being top 10. It's hard to say, bro. I mean, it's. You tired?
That wasn't me.
Who's sleeping on the phone line?
Oh crap!
All right, I gotta go, bro. So work on that. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, later. All right, let's go to the yawner. Who's the yawning man? You just graduated to the top of the phone line. Who's yawning?
Nah, bro, I swear I thought I was on mute.
That's okay.
I was actually.
All right, who's this?
No, this is Cap from Florida.
Okay, Cap from Florida. You're tired in Florida. I get it. It's a 2-hour difference. Go ahead. What can I do for you?
Damn right. Listen, look, no, you brought up St. Brown on that buy low, so I'm glad you brought him up. Nothing major, just cosmetic stuff. Maybe a Daniel Jones on the waiver to replace Dak. But on my flex, McMillan, Robinson, Nick Westbrook, or Tolbert?
Robinson.
Yeah, right?
I mean, he 2 weeks in a row, not to mention what I said like even 2 weeks ago, is that when Kupp and Puka are on the field, he's at his best. He averages 6 to 7 targets a game when Puka and Kupp are on the field together, all 3 of them. Like that's just the way the puzzle fits perfectly for him, and Stafford looks for him. Like when he's in that role, you know how we look at Keon Coleman being much better when Amari's in there. We look at that kind of balance sometimes with teams. It just happens. It's just the way it is. Like Demarcus Robinson, when in the third wide receiver spot, ends up running the routes and getting the coverages that are exactly what Stafford wants, and he targets him. So D-Rob, not even close. All right, got to go, Cap. Appreciate you. Red, you're live. You got 30.
Hey, man, so I got CeeDee Lamb and A.J. Brown in my lineup. I'm trying to figure out how I can either get out of A.J. Brown or get out of CeeDee Lamb with Dak being hurt and with CeeDee Lamb's knee. Well, not CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown's knee.
Yeah, so Hill was my player of choice, but he's in a very murky situation too. But you're not going to be trading A.J. Brown for a secure player, bro. Unless you were to go after like a Monty and you just, you take a little bit of a value drop there, but you need an RB. It makes sense. James Cook would make some sense.
I also have Neighbors as a wide receiver. I have A.J. Brown's a flex option, and I have Addison and Brown and Downs on my bench.
Okay. So Nico or Debo or Hill, these are all options for AJB, in my opinion. Same thing for Lamb, really. I mean, but you probably get a little bit more. And so, well, maybe not for Nico. You might have to give up more to get Nico, but Nico would be worth it if you upgraded the offer a little bit. Lamb for Debo, and you get something back probably. Hill and Lamb, I imagine that might have to be done even, Steven. I think Breece Hall would be phenomenal for Lamb or for AJB, and in some cases you give up more or make it a 2 for 2. I mean, those are all ways to maneuver around AJB and Lamb. But I will say I'm buying Lamb in a lot of cases. I'm worried about AJB more than I am Lamb because of the knees. So, I understand.
Yeah. This is where I'm at.
All right, bro. This is Red, right?
Yeah, brother.
Hey, Red, appreciate your $20 holler. Anything else since you dropped a $20 holler, Red? You get another 30 to 60 seconds. What else can I help you with?
Well, I was going to get a roster review, but I didn't get time for all that.
No, that's all right. You $20 hollered. Let's go.
I got Lamar Jackson. I got Achane, Gibbs, Lamb, Neighbors, Pitts, Browns. Defense don't matter. I change them every week. And then I got Fairburn as my kicker.
Okay, Gibbs, Lamb, Neighbors, Pitts. Okay, got it. Great squad. Yeah. Love the RBs. Love the QB. Lamb. Kittle.
Yeah.
Kittle and Pitts. Okay, well, there's your potential move. I mean, you got to, and you give up the one that gets you the most. You can't. Too many people are like, well, I want to keep Kittle and I want to trade, and then it's like you can't do anything. Like I can't get anybody to bite. It's because you're only being selfish and saying I'm only trading Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts had a bad game. You're gonna have to probably keep Kyle Pitts. You're gonna have to trade Kelsey elsewhere. And if you do, or Kittle, if you do Kittle and Neighbors together, maybe you can get a Nico or a even better Jamar Chase for Neighbors and Kittle, which is totally doable. Might not be in every scenario, but totally doable because, I mean, Kittle's on fire right now, and Chase just had 0 touchdowns when his quarterback had 5. That pisses people off. It scares people. Some people are more reactive than others, but that's a good potential idea. JJ, probably hard to get right now, but you could try it.
We need A.J. Brown and Kyle Pitts for JJ.
So you have A.J. Brown on this team too? This is the team?
Yeah, no, it's the same team.
Okay, I didn't hear you say that when you read. Okay, Lamb.
Are you good, brother?
AJB, Neighbors. I mean, your team's really good, bro. I don't think you even need. Yeah. So I would say let's go Kittle and AJB for a JJ or a Chase. Mm-hmm. And honestly, that's a totally doable trade. Like, I think some people would even say that's too much, but you have the depth to kind of do it. I mean, would anybody in the chat think this is a very fair offer? You give up Kittle and AJB for Jamar Chase or JJ? I think it's very fair.
Very fair.
Like, you're almost overpaying.
Yeah.
But, like, your lineup improves, his lineup improves, everybody wins, and you just you bank on Lamb. I don't know that I'm worried about Lamb. I'm not saying I'm like crazy worried about AJB, but AJB has had knee cleanup after knee cleanup. I'd almost put my left leg on the line that AJ Brown has a quiet knee cleanup we hear about later in the offseason. Like, oh, in March, it's like June. In March, he had a knee scope and a cleanup procedure. There's a reason why he pulled up. and had a knee issue, it isn't something that's necessarily a nothing burger. Like whatever he had happen probably needs to be cleaned up because of what I described with meniscus injuries, where they continue to tear just like on your skin, on your finger, when you rip that skin and you have to keep going and you end up going too far and it's raw as hell. Like that's what's happening with meniscus trimming. It's not like they trim it, it's good to go. That's like going into your brake pad in your car and slicing off little layers in the corner right of the brake pad. Now the vehicle is slightly lean that way. It's causing more tear, more pressure. Meniscus damage is the worst. It's worse than an ACL tear. Now, if you have a clean meniscus injury that they can snip and it's not a big deal, a repair is not needed. Repair puts you out for the year. If you have to repair meniscus tear, you're out for the season. It's as bad as an ACL, essentially. If you just need a trimming, just a little bit of a tear that requires a 1 to 3 week, 2 to 4 week window of time to heal, that still can be worse than an ACL tear because you're cutting off the padding of your knee. And now your knee, depending on where the tear is, and you could get lucky and get just the right piece that needs to be trimmed. But when you think about a meniscus needing to be trimmed, it is as simple as this. You don't need a trimming in the middle here where no bone is touching the meniscus. Whoever's making all that noise on the phone, can you mute? Because this is what it sounds like. Okay, thank you. If you need a meniscus cleanup, the odds are the bone where the bone makes contact with the padding is where it ripped. That's why it ripped. The force of the knee twisting or your sprained knee ended up pinching the meniscus and tearing it, and therefore you need to cut it. So wherever you're cutting it, contact is likely being made from the bone on the meniscus, so it's a problem. And now you have, as you cut it, a little bit of an off-level potential knee that's going to go through the course of time and just absolutely get cooked later. But anyway, Red, appreciate you. Love your team. I think people would kill to have this team. And I think your move is getting rid of one of the tight ends with AJB, which might be tough because the JJ and Chase owner might not need Kittle. But odds are they don't have a player better than Kittle. Red? Maybe it was Red making.
Yeah, I was listening, brother.
Oh, was it you? I'm sorry. I was yelling at Red. Red's like, I'm sorry, that was me. I'm not mad. I'm never mad at anybody. I'm never mad. We're going to get a psychologist. I mean, I have a psych degree, but I need to, people who have a psych degree need their own shrink. Maybe I need to bring someone on here and go through my feelings with them live on the show. Because I'm never mad. I might appear that way. It's my resting face. Red, anything else?
That's it. I just sent the trade over with AJB for JJ and see what happens.
All right. Who's his tight end?
His tight end is Atonto.
Okonkwo?
The tight end for Atonto.
Oh,
Otton Bucks.
Oh, you talking about Otten? Kate Otten? Atonto.
Atonto, yeah.
Atonto.
I didn't see the end of that, man.
Bro,
Atonto,
you can't trade. First of all, you can't trade him Kittle. Otten, his name's Kate Otten. Otten, OTT. Kate Otten is a top 5 tight end. Like he has no interest in Kittle, so you can't go that route.
Oh, he's 2-7.
Doesn't matter. Otten's as good as Kittle.
And his wide receivers are Kyle Ridley,
Atato,
Darnell Mooney, and
but it doesn't matter because you can't trade him Kittle. He does not want Kittle. He does not need. You offer him Kittle, he's going to say, "Haven't you seen Atato? Atato's been going crazy." How'd you say it? What was it? Atonto. Where'd you get the?
Well,
where'd you get that?
How about try to get how to get Amon Ra then? Try to get Amon Ra for it.
Amon Ra for AJB, sure. I mean, if you give up another player, what do you have on your bench?
I got Downs. I got Chase. I got Addison.
Chase Brown.
I got.
Yeah, Addison, and AJB for St. Brown, sure. Chase Brown, and AJB for JJ. I guess I'd consider that, but I mean, it sucks to give up Chase Brown. But bro, you got Achane and Gibbs, and those guys have had their buys already. I mean, it's nice to have depth though, but geez, man, I think I take Chase Brown and AJ Brown and turn into JJ or Chase. For your team.
I got AJ Brown in the first place was I had Devontae Adams. I traded Devontae Adams and Najee. Was it not Najee Harris? What's the running back for Pittsburgh?
Najee. Najo.
Yeah,
Najo.
Yeah, Najo. I traded them for that for AJ Brown.
Gotcha.
I got AJ Brown. I'm just trying to figure out how to get AJ Brown now.
Yeah. All right, I got to run. Appreciate you, bro. Later, Red.
Bro,
Thanks for the super. Okay, I got to go quickly, guys, because I'm literally stacked up against it here. Sam from Sacramento, you have 30 seconds whether you get it out or not. I'm hanging up on you, so go, Sam. 30 seconds.
Sacramento, baby.
Where?
Sacramento.
Okay, well, now you got 18 seconds. Go ahead, Sam.
All right, well, so I got offered 3 trades. I got offered James Cook for Kareem Hunt, Flowers plus James Cook for Achane, and Bijan plus Flowers for CMC.
Say those again, bro.
All right, sorry, Smitty, I'm going to go slow. I got Cook for James Cook for Kareem Hunt.
No. Hurry!
Okay, Flowers and Cook for Achane.
Yes.
Bijan and Flowers for CMC.
I take the middle one. The middle one only. Don't do those other ones. I definitely love Achane, and I do it live.
Do Flowers and Cook for Achane do it live?
He's out of time. He wasted all of his time trying to correct me. Did I not say Sacramento? What did I say? I don't even know if I was joking about the Tonto or something like that. I don't even know. He's like, it's Sacramento, Smitty. I got 30 seconds. Speak my city name properly. Did I say something weird? Did I not call it Sacramento?
I thought that's what you said, but maybe I heard it wrong.
I don't. Maybe I was in a Tonto like state, and I started to say like an extra O or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hunter, you got 30 seconds.
Hey, Smitty. I'm really stacked at running back, and my wide receivers are lacking. I've got Bijan and Brees as my RB1, RB2, and then Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison Jr., and random waiver wire add for my flex. I'm wondering what to do. Do I sell Devontae on the high? I'm still a Brees believer. My running back core looks fine. I'm just worried about my wide receiver core going.
I mean, you guys got to learn to squeeze it in. That guy, he's telling a story. Like I couldn't even write it all down. I think his thing is, does he trade Adams away while it has values high? Certainly, I certainly would sell Adams. Why? Because he's older. I like him, but he's older, and his quarterback and his team are like this. And I don't know that that's going to change. I feel like as much as I do really like the way the Jets look right now, next week's different. And it's like they're just going to be a roller coaster ride, unfortunately. So, but who do you go get? Debo. Give up more? Sure. Nico, give up more? Yes. I love Bijan. He had the only thing I got from him was he had Bijan, Hall, Kupp, and Adams. And do you remember what else he had? I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, Travis, you're live.
For the rest of the season, you have BTJ over Hopkins, so.
BTJ over who?
D-Hop.
D-Hop. BTJ. I'd take D-Hop.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah.
And then what you're feeling on, obviously Chase is a week, you know that, but when Higgins hasn't been in the lineup, it's like they clearly, stack all the coverage on him, and I think he's like scored half the points when Higgins is in there. Do you think they're able to remedy that, or if Higgins keeps out, or is that something you have to deal with all year?
Chase is always going to be like this. He's always going to be up and down. I drew a graph. It's just the way it is. I don't even try and make heads or tails of it. Like next week, this coming week, he'll have 2 TDs and 150 yards. Like it's just,
So you don't worry about Higgins being in or out just because it's been the game where Higgins is out where he doesn't do well. I mean, he does well, but he doesn't pop off.
Yeah.
Seems like when there's extra coverage. But,
yeah.
He's still Jamar Chase, obviously. So
yeah, I think that Joe Burrow threw for 5 TDs.
Yeah.
I don't know that he had a problem at all, Joe. And I'm not saying like he's going, oh, Jamar Chase is just double teamed. All like Jamar Chase is really tough to lock down. It just happened to be one of those games. I have no qualms over it. Would I prefer a Higgins in there? Probably, but I don't think it really affects anything. It doesn't. I'm not trading him. I'm not devaluing him. I just think this week he'll have 2 TDs. That's the way Jamar Chase operates. Right. It's just very up and down. He'll start off slow, whatever. All right, last one, then I got to run because I got these super chats are piling up.
Yeah. Would you trade BTJ and Monty for Bijan at this point?
If you have the depth to do it, I would do it. But I think if like this is hurting you in 2 spots in your lineup, then it's hard because Monty's definitely got less value than Bijan, but still like respectable enough. He's close. BTJ, he's a rookie, and everybody gives up on him one week. Then they love him the next week, and he's the GOAT, and then he's not. So like he's gonna be up and down throughout the year as well. Take Bijan if I've got the depth. Yeah. Like if I'm throwing a Mooney in, in place of BTJ, then I like this combo better. If I'm struggling to get a replacement for BTJ, then I don't do the trade, I guess. But it depends on that context.
I have Hopkins and BTJ. They're my third.
Yeah. Then I'm fine with it. Okay. Yeah, upgrade Bijan.
Is Brees the same as Bijan here, or you got Bijan above him now?
I probably have them the same.
Okay.
I like them both.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks, Travis. Appreciate you. All right. I got to roll through these super chats. We got TP, Kyron, Monty, Mason, Sharbs, Amon Ra, Cup, Jennings, Davis, Gesicki. Trade Henry for Taysom. I don't know if I'm trading Henry for Taysom, Hunter Henry for Taysom, but I guess I would be fine with either side. Trade to get Neighbors or sit. What trade to get Neighbors or sit? I would probably trade. Obviously I'd trade. I don't know that you can do much. The only thing you could even do, because you can't really get rid of Monty unless you get an RB because he's your running back too, is, can you get rid of Kittle and start Hunter Henry or Taysom Hill and take that gamble? And it sucks getting rid of that positional advantage, but if you want to get that wide receiver like Neighbors on the cheap, that's the only move I can even see. TP, I don't want you getting rid of your receivers. Hey, bro, my running backs are Achane, Chase Brown, Bigsby, and Javonte Williams. Should I go for Khalil Herbert on waivers? Absolutely. As I just said, Chris, it's a must-own for you. You have to have the duo. It's secure, especially if Chase Brown's your running back too, and you don't go get Khalil Herbert. What in the hell are you doing? Scoob, appreciate you. Didn't attach anything to it. Smitty rules, box score, Bobby drop. Appreciate you, Freddie. I'll do it on the way out the door. Olave plus DK for JJ. I'd take JJ right now with the injuries to Olave, everything going on with him. Drop Kyler Murray for Herbert. I don't think so. I think I'd rather bank on Kyler for one more week than that, but that's a preference thing. I still think Kyler is capable of top 5 quarterback numbers any given week. It's just what's going on there. Start 3, London, Puka, Terry, D-Hop, BT. Thanks, brother. I'm going Puka, I'm going Terry, I'm going D-Hop right now. London, hit pointer, BT, love BT, but Kyle, you need to make a trade, young man. There's no way you should be making that decision every day. Trade Lamb, Chuba, Eckler for Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Debo. Trade Lamb, Chuba, and Eckler for Amon-Ra and Debo. Give me the Debo side and the St. Brown side by quite a bit, actually. Sent Jacobs, Adams, Ingram, got Kyron, Hawkinson. Thoughts? Sent Jacobs, Adams, Ingram for Kyron, Hawkinson. I'd rather have Kyron by quite a bit. I see the value on all sides of that, but that's an easy call. Got 3 offers. Cook for Hunt, Flowers, and Cook. Oh, this is Monk is the one that called in on this. Monk, appreciate you for dropping the super chat. Monk, let me give you some more attention on this one now that you dropped a super, and I see it sitting here. Cook for Hunt. Monk, call in real quick, just Monk. He super chatted. He gets a lead right in again. Cook for Hunt, Flowers. I'm going to say. Oh, this is the second one. Flowers and Cook for Achane, and I like that one. Flowers and Cook for Achane. I'd probably take that one. And then Flowers for CMC. Bijan and Flowers for CMC. I'd rather have Bijan and Flowers. Is this Monk?
This is Speak Your Piece.
Oh, Speak Your Piece. What's up, Speak? What in the hell you doing, bro? What in the hell you consider?
I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it.
Okay, you can't. You can't consider this. Let me pull up your your message. This is what you asked me earlier. If anybody wants to know, is should you trade Tyreek Hill and Kyren for CMC? I know you did it. You're saying it got offered to you, but what in the hell would make you even consider that? Trading away a top 3 running back in Kyren who scores every single game, or and throw in Tyreek for CMC, who you don't even know what you're getting. You don't know what you're looking at with that.
Yeah, I'm just begging on upside.
Well, Kyren's got it. Wait, hold on a second. What makes you not love Kyren's ups? What makes you think Kyren doesn't have as much upside as anybody in the National Football League?
Well, I got scared because Cooper is bad, and I'm like, are they going to throw the ball more and limit Kyren's touches?
Well, what's been happening the last couple of weeks, pal?
Yeah, but it's just not that, Cooper is back. I'm just scared rest of the season, is that going to limit Kyren's touches? We know it.
You just said that. I just heard you say that, but then I responded. You said that, and then I said, "How's that been going?" And then I'm waiting for you to say, "Pretty well so far." Like, what in the hell you looking, bro? You're looking for something. You're trying to break up with Kyren before he breaks up with you. That's all that's going on here. I don't understand what in the hell you're thinking.
Yes, maybe. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stay put.
Thank God.
Real quick though. Real quick. So you kind of know why I kind of thought about it, because I'm
hurry up, because I'm up against it here.
Okay. So I have Tua in my home quarterback, but I got Kamara, Kyren, Tyreek, Jefferson, McBride, St. Brown, Chubb, Kenneth Walker, Sutton, and George Pittman.
Okay, what's any of this have to do with that trade, though?
Well, I feel like I have a loaded roster, so if I was to do that trade, I'll still be winning. That's why I kind of felt like, okay.
Speak. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth right now, because you're not hearing me. Kyren is worth more than Christian McCaffrey. So when you say things like, well, let me give you my roster to let you know why I'm going to make the dumbest trade ever. And then you say, well, I got a lot of depth, so I can go ahead and make this trade. I'm literally telling you, you're trying to trade. Let's just give Christian McCaffrey the benefit of the doubt. You're trying to trade $80 worth of currency for $100. You're trying to trade a $100 bill for, let's call it $50 in currency. And you're telling me, well, let me show you my bank account. I got a lot of money over here. What's that have to do with trading a better player in Kyren Williams for Christian McCaffrey? I mean, I guess what you're trying to tell me is, Smitty, I believe Christian McCaffrey is returning to the number 1 overall player, and I want him. And I'm going to trade Kyren Williams and Tyreek Hill because I got depth for Christian McCaffrey. But let me tell you something, bro. That is the worst gamble to make. I'm not saying there isn't a world where Christian McCaffrey returns to some sort of form. And for maybe he has a game or two where he's not good because it flares up. But this guy didn't get rid of his bilateral Achilles tendonitis. He's ramping up. You
That's
can't.
true.
You can't
That's
do.
true.
You can't do it. You're trying to rationalize it. You're trying to rationalize It comes down to this. Do you think? Would it sounds like you would? I don't care. I don't think you listen to the word I'm saying. I think that we hang up this phone call. This guy calls you and says, "I'll give you CMC for your Kyron right now." You're gonna go. I think I should take
I
that.
actually declined it already.
I know, but what I'm saying is, with you arguing with me about this, I can almost guarantee you that if he called you up and said, "Hey, speak, I'll give you my CMC for your Kyron Williams," you would say, "Done." And that's fine if that's the way you feel, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't trade Kyron Williams for 2 Christian McCaffreys.
Right.
All right.
I see you really think high of him. That's why you the GOAT, Smitty. I appreciate you doing that, bro.
Could I be wrong? Could he fall apart? Anything's possible, bro, but I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, later, bro. I don't know. Am I off base here? Am I off base? You could tell me. I won't be mad. I don't think I am. I think I'm living in bizarro land right now. I feel like I'm living in bizarro land.
I'm with you, Smitty. I heard the whole thing.
Denny, you agree with me? I don't understand why we're believing Christian McCaffrey can return to some sort of, top 3 running. Like, if you think he's going to be a top 5 running back still, I don't agree with you, but I understand you. But if you're coming in and trying to say, I don't understand how someone would not think Kyron is a top 3 running back, though. Like, even if you thought Christian McCaffrey could be a top 3 running back, Kyron is a top 3 running back. Kyron is doing those things. Kyron is scoring a touchdown every single game. Kyron Williams has a 3 TD game, and what does he have? 1 or 2 TD games on top of that. What are we talking about here? Kyron Williams is an absolute monster. He is that. He's not becoming that. He didn't slump, and we're hoping he rebounds to that. Kyron has been a stud the entirety of the season, and we're out here saying, well, what if McCaffrey's as good as Kyron? For that, should we give up Tyreek Hill just in case he's the same?
Don't hate that guy, though.
Oh, no, I love Speak your piece. I hope you know I appreciate you. I'm just passionate. All right, Denny, I got to go. I'm so up against it. 30 seconds, Denny, go.
Oh, man, I'm in?
Hurry. Hurry.
People are talking about people.
That's
coming in hot.
That's your go-to song. You love that song. Can I get a Fly Me to the Moon? But I want it about Achan. Go.
Fly me to the moon and let me play Achan every day. Achan. No, you're the one that says you like Achan more.
All right. Give me a pat. Give me a Can I get a staying alive? Staying alive? With Mahomes, because Mahomes has bounced back. Mahomes looks like the GOAT again. Can I get a staying alive, Mahomes? Go.
I can tell by the way you drop Mahomes. He's the only man. He gets touchdowns. I don't care what you say. Mahomes gonna get into the red zone. Everyone thinks Mahomes is done, but he's staying alive. I just won the leagues off Kareem Hunt because they went in. I would never have. What? Smitty.
Yeah.
What did that coach do? What did that coach do? When they went in, Smitty. He said, all right, we'll take it. The coach of
I don't know what you're talking about, Denny. Andy Reid?
You know exactly
Andy Reid?
what I'm talking about.
Talking about Andy Reid?
Not Andy Reid. No. They went into overtime.
Oh, you're asking why they didn't go for 2. I got you. I don't know. They asked Bulls after. They're like, why didn't you go for 2? He's like, the weather. It was the weather. It was the weather.
Did you see, even my boy, he shook his head when they flipped the coin. He was like, nah. But I would say,
Hey,
you can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm Patrick Mahomes. Hey, no time to talk.
Hey, Denny, I gotta go. Appreciate you. Call back tonight.
I thought it was a bad decision. I would have went for 2.
Call tonight. Call tonight. Appreciate you, Denny. All right, Red, you got 10 seconds. I gotta go. I only answered for you real quickly, but go.
Okay, Pitts and A.J. Brown for Cup.
Pitts and A.J. Brown for Cup. Guys, he's got Kittle. Does he do this trade? Pitts and A.J. Brown for Cup. God, I might say yes with your depth. Given that Pitts is your second tight end, it's overpaying for sure, but I think it improves your lineup.
But
Let's see what the chat says. Chat, please vote on it. All right, Red, read the chat. I'm going to say I preliminary yes. Just because A.J. Brown's like banged up right now. I just don't know. I mean, they're saying he's going to be fine, but bro, that turns into different things. We got a lot of people saying it's kind of mixed now. All right, read the chat. All right, later. Red, appreciate you. All right, I got to get to these. Malik, appreciate you. Again, H-hand side for me. Kevin just traded Dell and Najee for Kyron. I would take Kyron and I would run. Smitty approved. Ricky, appreciate you. Smitty, should I sell Adams and Kenneth Walker for Gibbs in a millisecond? Give me Jahmyr Gibbs all day long. All right, phone lines are closed. I'm not even pulling them up anymore. They're closed. I can't even see them, so I'm sorry. JSN to the B-Rob, to get B-Rob Jr. I'd rather have JSN over B-Rob Jr. It's just not close to me. What's up, Smitty? Trade Terry and Hopkins. Stack with Mahomes. Trade Terry for Hopkins. The stack doesn't matter, Hassan, though. You know, it doesn't really do anything. You know, like it's not, this isn't best ball. I would say at the end of the day, I think Scary Terry and Hopkins go forward or dead even. That's how much I believe Hopkins is really going to be good. So I'd probably say McLaurin's safer. I think the chat would probably agree if I had to guess. But at the end of the day, if you want to do that, I don't disapprove it. You know, JD5 has a week 14 bye. Hopkins has already had his bye. There's that factor too. Smitty, I'm 6-3, 14-man team. Love Kamara, Kyron, Chase, Adams, Kittle, H-N. Traded mad draft picks for 3 of them just now. Lost week 9. Do I trade or ride it out? Bench is Bigsby. Okay, so Pickens is some trade value. Your team's really good. Pickens and Adams for one player. I love the rest of it. Pickens and Adams for one player I'd consider. Adams and Kittle for a Lamb or a JJ. I think Adams and Kittle could get that done. And then you'd have Pickens as well to maybe maneuver for a tight end, or you just go rogue, pick up Taysom Hill. Those are all things I'd consider, but I also consider holding that team. But Adams is somebody I do feel like I want to move in that situation for whatever reason. I just don't trust him fully. Pat, Mahomes, CMC, Hall, London T, Andrews, Jacobs, bench. Hopkins, love it. What do I do? Except Pat for Love or Jacobs. I'd rather have Pat Mahomes over Love or Jacobs T for Nico. I'd do both of those trades. I want Mahomes and I want Nico. That'd be fantastic. I love both those trades, bro. This one's from Mad. Appreciate you. Any trades or stand down? Drop Nix for Herbert. I'd rather have Bo Nix. Nix, Kyron, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Brooks, Pacheco. And Herbert and Nix, you got to trust your gut on whether Herbert's going to continue to play well or they're going to use him kind of sporadically. I like Nix a little bit more. Kyron, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Brooks. Actually, you know what? I guess Herbert's safer. I'd probably go Herbert. I hate saying that because I love Bo Nix, but I'd probably go Herbert for now. Chase Brown, Brooks, Pacheco, wide receiver, Cup, Dell, Keenan Allen. Maybe Keenan Allen. Let's see here. Did you have McBride, Ingram? Trade one of the tight ends with Keenan Allen, one of the tight ends with Pacheco, one of the tight ends with Chase Brown or Brooks, or one of the tight ends to upgrade your QB. You know, even like a Kyler is kind of worth the risk, bro, but Mahomes would be my favorite buy low player for you. This is a $20 hauler from Zen. Appreciate you, Zen, with the $20 hauler. 4-5 in a 12-man league, 0.5. Tied with 6 teams. Team is currently Hurts, Amon-Ra, BT, DJ Moore, Olave, Deontay, Gibbs, Tony Pollard, Chuba. Got offered Lamb and B-Rob for BT, Chuba, Otten. I'd take the Lamb side. It's worth the risk, bro. It's worth the risk. And I know Otten's playing out of his mind, but I would definitely take that 100%. And then I'd maybe consider, yeah, I mean, you got Kittle. So you have to do this trade. This trade's a home run for you. But then I'm considering trading like DJ Moore and Tony Pollard. And I'm trying to get like a Kenneth Walker or, James Cook on the low. I think that would be amazing for you. We've got this one right here. Any trades to make? Lamar, Gibbs, Henry, Aaron Jones, Amon-Ra, Evans, DK. I don't think so. I'd try and trade like Evans or DK with Aaron Jones for like a Breece Hall for sure. Like that's on my mind 100%. I'm trying to execute that. Lamb chops, guys that are, using combos to get that one player. Got offered Chase Brown for my Devontae Smith. With your running back situation and your receivers, your receivers are kind of like not you're not deep, but at least you got Lamb. I think I would rather use Chase Brown, I think, in this scenario. Devontae Smith I love a lot, but Chase Brown is pretty solid. And you maybe need a move. So I'm okay with you making that move. Stafford versus New England, Herbert versus Cincy. Stafford, could you please review my team? Hurts, HN, Jacobs, CD, Cup, Kittle, Devontae Smith. Got Swift and Waddle on my bench. So I'm trying to trade those two. I don't know if you can get much, but you try. Tyreek Hill makes a lot of sense. Josh Jacobs and Swift. Josh Jacobs and Waddle and Swift to try and get into Breece Hall right now while he's cheaper than he should be. I think James Cook is an interesting player to go get. I think getting maybe a Tyreek Hill using Devontae Smith and potentially Swift would make some sense. I like that. Swift Debo for Kyron Hill. You're not gonna. I would take Kyron over Swift and Debo. So you get Hill. We quit our jobs, we come work for you. If you get Hill in addition to that, I think you're just cooking up something, which is fine, but I don't think it's going to happen. Lamar, HN, Kamara, Mixon, great running backs. Chase, AJ Brown, McBride. Do I try and get into Tyreek Hill using AJ Brown? Yes. Do I try and get Nico? Yes. Do I try and get Breece Hall using maybe Kamara? I keep mixing an HN. Kamara for Breece Hall, and then maybe you even get something in that trade. Maybe you do some sort of awesome 2-for-2 in that trade. DeBalt lost by 3 points because of the Chiefs OT. Team is 4-5, had to make moves, 0.5 cent. Mahomes in MHJ, I think you're trying to say. MVH. I think you mean MHJ. Mahomes, MHJ, and Brooks for Hall and McBride. I have JD5. Yeah, that's fantastic. Getting Hall on the cheap is the way to go, bro. That's fantastic. Let's see here. Trade ideas. 12 points, Baker, AJB, CD, Mooney, JSN, Kyron, Gibbs, Kelsey. Let's see here. AJ Brown, due to injuries, got my team on the buy low. So move on from JT. If you can get Breece Hall, I definitely would rather have Breece Hall. Gibbs, Kyron, JT. I mean, you could go across position and get like a Jamar Chase or a potential JJ using Taylor and something. Taylor and JSN, Taylor and Mooney, Taylor, and you could go you could get Tyreek Hill and something for Jonathan Taylor potentially. I would look to do that. I would potentially look to do that, but I don't think I run away from JT. Would I rather have Breece Hall? Absolutely. So I think that's what my target is. I think it's Breece Hall. You already got CD Lamb. That's my other target. Tyreek Hill would be another target. AJ Brown for Hill straight up is something I'd also consider. All right, guys, I'm out of here because I'm going to go watch the election. Everybody else should do the same thing. Dak Prescott to IR, Lamar to play. A lot of news we went over today. Appreciate every single one of you super chatters. I'll probably be back tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. And then Freedom Guy says, let him cook. on his special message. Appreciate you. See you all later.